Hello students, how are you? I do hope that this video finds you well. And for today we are coming into the next unit, and this is about interview. First of all, we are coming into the concept first. What we know about interview is a conversation between two people or more in which that the people is required responses or answers. So it means that when talking about interview, it is a kind of conversation in which that one person is being the interviewer and another is being interviewee. So the purpose here is in order to get the responses or answer. When talking about interview, we can define interview as the formal meeting between two people where the interviewer asks questions to the interviewee to obtain information. This is the basic concepts. First of all, when we are talking about interview, you just try to make sure that there are at least one interviewer and one interviewee, or that can be a kind of groups being interviewers and interviewees. So in relation with that, what we are going to focus right now in our units, in our lesson for today, it is about job interview. So specifically, the interview that we are going to focus, it is about job interview. So talking about job interview, it is a conversation which occurs between a potential employer and a job applicant. Potential employer and job applicants. We can say here that potential employer is going to be the interviewer and job applicant is being the interviewee. And each, whether it is potential employer or a job applicant, each is trying to learn more about the other. So what we mean here is that potential employer is going to learn more about the job applicants, and then the job applicant is going to learn more about the company she or he is going to apply. So that becomes a kind of two-way communication, two-way streets. I say here that the employer has the opportunity to appraise applicants' qualifications, appearance, and general fitness for the job opening. So some of the questions are related into the qualifications, that can be skills, that can be educational backgrounds, and etc. And also the employer or the interviewer is going to see also about the appearance and general fitness for the job opening. In parallel, the applicant tries to learn more about the position, to appraise the employer and to find out if your needs and interests will be met. So here in this case, the applicant is going to try to get to know about the company, about the position he or she is going to apply, and also some other things inside of the job descriptions, for example. So learning more about the position and what to be judged. Now, when we are talking coming from the interviewer side, what to be judged? The first one, personal characteristics. The second one, about the self-expression. The third one, personality. So the interviewer would like to know about the job applicant's personality, maturity, experience, enthusiasm and interest, And the last one, interviewer would like to see also about the career goals. So all of those things will be judged because the interviewer would like to know more about the purpose of the job applicant applies for a job there. Exactly that the employer or the interviewer would like to find someone best of the best. So that's why, because of that, for the job applicant, you need CV. You need to include CV. For the last meeting, we talk about job advertisements in which there are some requirements stated there, including about the qualifications and some other things there. So when you are going to apply for that position, exactly that you are going to send the documents. What are the documents? Job application letter, CV, and some related documents, for example, certificates and some other things that can strengthen, that can be a kind of proof about you. Now, specifically talking about CV, what are the information available there? It has to be containing about contact information, so your name, address, contact number, email, that can be about the social media site, because there are some companies would like to see about your personality, about you, by seeing your social media. And then after that, you have to include there in your CV about academic history, educational background. That can be formal, that can be informal. So for example, the university you attended for. And then after that, professional experience. So you have to include about your experiences, working experiences. If you are a fresh graduate in which that you haven't got any working experiences before, you can put your internship program before. And then qualifications and skills, exactly. And this is talking about your qualifications. For example, if you are a secretary, we are talking about your typing speed, your qualification about language, for example, computer literacy, and some other things related into qualification and skills. And then after that, you have to include also certifications. There are some certifications we have in Indonesia. At least for you as a secretary, for example, you have certifications about your language proficiency, computer proficiency. And that can be possible also that you have to put, if any, you have to put also about the awards or a kind of achievements and honors, publications and presentations, professional associations, if join a kind of associations, and grants and scholarships, if any. Now we are talking about job interview questions. There are so many questions that can be raised into a job interview session. The questions that I put here in the slide are only 10 questions, 10 frequent questions. But actually, there are so many questions that can be raised by the interviewer. You have to be able to answer for all questions. The frequent question exactly talking about who you are, and then why do you want this job? Why should the company hire you? And then your strength, the weakness, and then what about handling stress and pressure? And why do you want to leave, for example, your current job? What do you know about this company? This is really important. What do you know about this company? So for example, you are applying for a job position as a secretary in company A. The question is, why do you want to work? Why do you want to apply for a job in company A? Sometimes the interviewer would like to know the answer for this. And then after that, that can be talking also about the salary expectations. And the last one coming into the goals for the future. What are you going to be, for example, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, for example, and etc. There are so many job interview questions that I cannot put here in the slide. You can find it from the internet. So in relation with that, for our lesson, what you are going to do. First of all, that relates into the previous lesson, that relates into the previous task. What is it? Find one job advertisement from any sources in English, exactly, and then find that the job advertisement requires a job position as a junior secretary in Indonesia, and it has to be the newest one. Once again, the previous job advertisement will be okay if that is the newest one, if the deadline is still available. If it is not, try to find another new. Understandable for this? Okay, so find one job advertisement from many sources, and the job position is junior secretary. The location is Indonesia, and it has to be the newest one. Why this is important? Because we are going to get to know about the name of the company. So knowing about the name of the company, it can go into what are the products there, what are the service there. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be it's not going to be a kind of imagination that we cannot know about the name of the company. So try to find the job advertisement in which the name of the company is clearly stated there. Because in the job interview, we are going to ask also about why you are going to apply for a job here. So we are going to answer that in a realistic way. So you have to search about what kind of company is it, what are the products or services, and something else about the company. And then after that, this is one most important thing. Would you please try to write a simple job application letter and a simple CV? You can find the format from the internet. Okay, once again, you can find the format from the internet. But at least, talking about the CV, okay, there are some information that I already stated before. So it contains about the contact information, educational background, qualification and skills, and then after that achievement or awards, probably working experiences, and etc. And then after you write a simple job application letter and CV, try to learn about the company you are applying for. Try to find from the internet about the name of the company you are trying to apply for. So after you get the job advertisements, the name of the company is clearly stated there, and then you pretend that you are applying for a job there. So in relation with that, you have to get to know first about what kind of company is it. You try to learn about the company, and then you are trying to learn about your application letter, and you are trying to learn about your CV. You have to know, you have to understand deeply about what you write down. One thing, one note for you, pretend that now is 2023 and you are a fresh graduate of Starkey. Because now you are still in semester, you are still studying here, okay? So now pretend that this is actually the end of your semester, finishing your study here, okay? You are the, that can be you are the last, being the last semester student, or you are a fresh graduate. So that's why pretend yourself that now we are in 2023. Because for the diploma one, okay, the length of the time for you to finish your study is about 3 years. Practice time. Look at the sample of the conversation in the handouts. Try to find about the expressions, how to answer, or for example, if it is talking about job interview, you can see about the questions and also the answers from the internet. There are so many sources on that. And then after that, practice it with anyone you are comfortable with. Develop and elaborate the conversation, like usual, and practice the job interview. So one person is being the interviewer and another is being the interviewee. Okay, so in relation with this, when you are trying to practice about the job interview, you just try to make sure that your friend knows about the job application and CV and job advertisements. Your partner has to know about that. So the point here is that your partner is going to learn more about your job application and also your CV. For the next meeting, exactly that I will try to take score based on the job advertisement you find and job application letter and also the CV you write. And exactly, it also comes into the conversation between interviewer and interviewee. I will try to see about your progress. Each student has one job advertisement, one job application letter, and also one CV. Okay, so once again, each student has one job advertisement, one job application letter, and also one CV. After you finish with this one, try to practice your job interview. One person is being the interviewer and another is being the interviewee. I do hope that's all the explanation is clear enough, understandable. Good luck, guys. Happy practicing.